When did someone's sick obsession with you cross every possible line? My twin sister Lola died in a car accident on our 17th birthday, right after we got matching infinity tattoos. I was driving when the drunk driver ran the red light going 70 in a 30 zone, and Lola saw him first, screaming, "Watch out! Watch out!" before the world exploded into metal and glass. They used the jaws of life to cut me out, but Lola was already gone when they reached her side of the car. I held her hand for those final seconds and felt exactly when she let go. 7 years later, I was teaching 3rd grade at an elementary school 3 states away. My therapist helped with the flashbacks, but I still couldn't drive and took the bus everywhere. The other teachers understood why I always volunteered for indoor recess duty instead of pickup line supervision. Everything changed when Kelly started as the new crossing guard in September. She was maybe 40 with bleached hair and a smile that never reached her eyes, and from day one she watched me like I was some kind of puzzle to solve. She noticed I walked the long way around to avoid the parking lot and saw how I flinched when cars honked at the crosswalk. During staff meetings, she'd ask invasive questions about why I didn't drive, and I tried to politely deflect, but she kept pushing. Other teachers told her to drop it, but Kelly had this way of making everything sound like innocent concern. The harassment started with Kelly yelling random things when I walked past her post. She'd shout, "Red light," when there was no red light, or "Stop right there," when nobody needed to stop, and each time I'd tense up and force myself to keep walking. Then she started making screeching sounds with her whistle mimicking breaking tires, and I'd have to grab the fence to steady myself. She began timing her commands to catch me off guard, yelling, "Freeze!" right when I stepped off the curb, or "Move back" when I was halfway across. Other staff started noticing, but Kelly always had excuses about student safety and protocol. The worst part was how she'd smirk afterward like we were playing some twisted game only she understood. 3 years passed, and I thought I'd outlasted her when she didn't return after summer break. I finally started feeling safe again, and even considered maybe trying to sit in a parked car until the principal announced at our October staff meeting that Kelly was coming back from medical leave. My hands shook so badly I spilled coffee all over my lesson plans, but I told myself I was stronger now after 3 years of additional therapy, and maybe she'd gotten over whatever sick fascination she had with tormenting me. The morning Kelly returned, I walked my usual route, clutching my tote bag full of spelling tests, and trying to convince myself everything would be fine. She stood at her usual post in her fluorescent vest, holding her stop sign like nothing had changed except her hair was darker now, and she'd lost weight. I kept my eyes forward and matched my breathing to my steps the way my therapist taught me. The crosswalk was clear, and she had no reason to say anything as I stepped into the street. That's when Kelly screamed it at the top of her lungs with perfect inflection matching Lola's terrified pitch exactly. "Watch out! Watch out!" The words hit me like the drunk driver all over again, and suddenly I was back in that driver's seat reaching for my sister, feeling the windshield explode, watching her brown eyes go blank. My knees hit asphalt and my vision tunneled while 3rd graders screamed and parents rushed over, but all I could hear was Lola dying again and again. Someone called 911 and the principal had to ride with me in the ambulance because I couldn't stop hyperventilating long enough to say my own name. The security footage clearly showed Kelly's face as she screamed those specific words with malicious intent, and the school board held an emergency meeting that night. She was terminated immediately and banned from all school property, with the district lawyer warning her that any contact would result in criminal harassment charges. Parents who witnessed it gave statements, and 3 families filed complaints saying they'd seen her tormenting me for years. Kelly tried claiming wrongful termination, but her lawsuit got thrown out when multiple witnesses testified about her pattern of targeted harassment. Last I heard, she was living in her car begging on social media for money because no school district would touch her after what she did.